The brutal cold Katie spoke of isn't just in Iowa. Nearly half of this country is in the grips of a deep freeze tonight. Weather warnings are still in place for much of the prairies, and that Arctic air has now settled into eastern Canada, with temperatures plummeting in parts of Ontario and Quebec. The west and east coasts are expected to warm up a little bit ahead of what could be messy, wintry weather in the coming days. Now, Albertans are still being asked to keep an eye on their electricity use after that bitter cold pushed the power grid to the brink this weekend. Just this morning, residents were told again to reduce their energy use to avoid blackouts for the fourth time in as many days. Aaron Collins now with how many responded.
Caught in a brutal cold snap, Alberta saw power use spike over the weekend, pushing the province's grid to the brink.
My wife's phone went crazy.
An unprecedented use of the province's emergency alert system, urging people to conserve power.
Turned the TV off and we actually sat and talked to each other for about an hour or two.
Albertans responded, helping to keep the lights on.
The response was phenomenal. Within seconds, we saw power demand on the system drop by 100 megawatts.
The cold weather just one factor contributing to the stress on Alberta's grid. 2 natural gas power plants offline and little wind adding to the problem. Still, the close call, a chance to take a shot at Ottawa's climate plan. Conservatives panning the push for more reliance on renewable energy in Canada.
It wasn't ideological that the sun goes down at 4:55 before the peak. It wasn't ideological that the wind wasn't blowing or it was minus 30 and they couldn't turn. It was just a reality of a northern climate. So we need natural gas.
But the federal environment minister says plans to green Canada's grid by 2035 would never put the province in a situation where they do not have reliable electricity. And this electricity expert agrees more renewables had little to do with Alberta's power shortage.
You can't blame renewable energy for a lack of backup power, because no one in their right mind assumes that renewable energy is going to give you backup power.
Now, warmer weather means another electricity alert is unlikely anytime soon. More natural gas generation expected to come online later this year will help too. Of course, more electricity from natural gas means more emissions. It's a tough nut to crack for Canada's energy capital as it's forced to deal with a warming planet, even on the coldest of days. Aaron Collins, CBC News, Calgary.